For years, Indian infrastructure announcements have followed a predictable script: flashy press conferences, massive memorandums of understanding, and a whole lot of waiting. But right now, the state of Andhra Pradesh is completely trading in those paper promises for actual dirt. Entering the 2025 to 2026 window, the state has authorized a multi-lakh crore execution plan. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of crores in sanctioned capital expenditure, rapidly transitioning from planning to active construction. This map shows how that money is deployed. Instead of a scattershot approach, it's a tightly calculated four-part master plan. We have an administrative capital in Amaravati, a digital brain in Visakhapatnam, a green power grid near Pudimadaka, and heavy transport nodes tying it all together. If you want to see exactly how megaprojects like these actually get built, hit the like button and subscribe for more infrastructure deep dives. Pouring concrete instead of just holding flashy press conferences is the ultimate test of a region's true economic viability. If a state cannot execute on the ground, it cannot survive in a highly competitive global market. In the capital region of Amaravati, the government established a new entity called AGICL to bypass the usual bureaucratic friction that slows down city building. This is a special purpose vehicle, or SPV, a dedicated organization created specifically to speed up the tendering and execution of major infrastructure works. That speed is already visible in the new integrated financial district. Multiple public sector banks and insurers have laid foundation stones and started active construction, committing a reported 1,328 crore rupees in investment. Beyond banks, the city is securing frontier tech anchors. In partnership with industry giants like IBM and TCS, construction has begun on the Amaravati Quantum Valley. The goal is to finish the complex by August 2026 and deploy a functioning quantum computing system shortly after. Building a financial district and a quantum computing hub side by side reveals Amaravati's true purpose. It is an advanced institutional anchor designed specifically to attract global capital. Shifting up the coast, we reach the second pillar, Visakhapatnam. This coastline is currently being staged to become India's next major gateway for subsea internet cables and national-scale artificial intelligence. The anchor tenant for this ambition is Google Cloud. Over the 2026 to 2030 window, they are planning an estimated $15 billion, or roughly 90,000 crore rupee, investment to build a gigawatt-scale AI hub here. Right now, this specific megacampus is entirely in the pre-construction enabling phase. The state has approved the allotment of hundreds of acres of land, and partner entities are currently executing surveys and taking possession. While the Google campus prepares for its build-out, other developers are already moving dirt. SIFI has broken ground on a 50-megawatt data center. A megawatt is a unit of electrical power used to measure the capacity of these facilities, alongside an open cable landing station for incoming subsea lines. Visakhapatnam's strategy relies heavily on this exact combination. By stacking international subsea connectivity directly beneath massive AI computing power, the state is engineering a completely self-contained digital ecosystem. Running those massive data centers requires an astonishing amount of physical resources. You cannot operate gigawatt-class compute campuses without a continuous, massive supply of clean electricity and industrial water. To meet that demand, the state is facilitating projects like Renew's hybrid renewable energy complex in Anantapur. Backed by a 22,000 crore rupee investment, this facility will combine wind, solar, and battery storage to create a direct grid industrial coupling with the tech hubs on the coast. Even larger is the planned joint venture near Pudimadaka. The National Thermal Power Corporation expects a staggeringly large 1.85 lakh crore rupee investment to build a massive green hydrogen and chemical hub. To support green molecule production at this scale, you need massive enabling infrastructure. The plans call for 7 gigawatts of new electrical substations and a desalination plant capable of processing 80 million liters per day, or MLD, of seawater. Andhra Pradesh is treating green energy and water processing as the mandatory baseline fuel for its high-tech industrial ambitions, rather than treating them as standalone environmental goals. No matter how much processing power or clean energy a state generates, it still has to move physical goods and human capital across the map. The most tangible proof that Andhra Pradesh is delivering on its transport goals is the Bhogapuram International Airport. Construction is reported at 98% complete, and validation test flights are already landing on the runway. That airport is supported by a wider transport and logistics skeleton. The state is pushing to finish the Gale natural gas pipeline, mobilize the first phase of the KRIS City Industrial Node by the end of 2026, and build out the new South Coast Railway Zone headquarters. And then there is the Polavaram Irrigation Project. This is a massively complex, multi-purpose headworks undertaking, with the government aiming to finish the first phase of construction by June 2026. By systematically resolving transport friction and securing industrial water supplies through these heavy engineering projects, the state directly lowers the barrier to entry for global manufacturing and export companies. Activating all 4 of these massive corridors at the exact same time produces immediate macroeconomic benefits. It triggers massive labor absorption for EPC, or engineering, procurement, and construction firms, tightly couples the power grid to industry, and restores investor confidence. This dashboard shows the severe threats complicating this master plan. Polavaram's approved 30,400 crore rupee cost has escalated over 62,000 crores. The Gale pipeline is stalled awaiting forest permissions, while the Pudimadaka hub requires intense multi-agency coordination to secure its transmission lines. Even in the priority capital of Amaravati, early reports show certain contractors are already slipping behind their planned physical progress schedules. The true test of this master plan isn't signing multi-billion-dollar memorandums. The real test is successfully navigating the brutal, unglamorous realities of cost control, red tape, and schedule discipline over the next 5 years. Which of these bottlenecks do you think poses the biggest threat to the state's timeline? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to The Explainer to see how these megaprojects actually turn out.